Andy was 2 months early when he was born, so he was premature and kind of similar. He had pneumonia and he had tubes and needles everywhere. And I remember looking at him while he laid in the bed at Flagstaff, and I thought, he came into the world with tubes and needles, and is he going to leave the world with tubes and needles? And I just prayed to God, please don't let this be the way this is going to play out, because I knew I couldn't live without him.
Andrew had a unique situation. He was wearing his seatbelt. Unfortunately, he unbuckled it to check on the fellow passengers in the car, and then the vehicle struck again from behind. Most of Andrew's injuries occurred during that second collision.
He had a catastrophic bleed, different levels of the brain, a lot of blood. Just the whole motor strip was knocked out, the area, that is in charge of us moving. And so when you look at that, you do look at it and think, this kid should be a donor. That's where your mind goes, because it was such a bad CAT scan. I, in my mind, was like, what if this is how this kid is for the rest of his life?
So over the last 5 years, I've been working with trauma services to implement the Trauma Survivors Network program. The commitment to the TSN program is really to give that connection for the trauma survivor and their families, to help them to survive their trauma, to help them to connect with other trauma survivors, as well as rebuild their lives.
When he left Flagstaff, he basically was like a rag doll. They had to hold him up. He couldn't hold his head up. He couldn't hold his body up.
He couldn't move his arms. He would just look around with his eyes. He couldn't follow commands. We thought this is how he's going to be. And we found out the goal of his family was they just wanted him to go home. It didn't matter under what circumstance. They just wanted him back home.
Here at Flagstaff Medical Center, we do a great, fantastic job taking care of our patients and to get them to the point in their care that they can then go on for rehabilitation. But what most people don't remember or don't think about is that their life doesn't stop when they leave Flagstaff Medical Center. Their life is forever changed from that trauma, and it'll never be the same again. And they're going to have challenges every day for the rest of their life.
How do you thank somebody? How do you thank someone for saving your son's life? No doubt he would not be here right now if he wasn't that close to Flagstaff Medical Center. I just shudder to think what could have happened if he wouldn't have made it to Flagstaff.